Hey everybody, Ben Bretzman here, Simon Pagenaud. Welcome to Simon Pagenaud's stream here. We're streaming live on YouTube and Facebook. Go check it out if you can, and obviously if you're watching us, you can. But we're on both those forums. I'm Ben Bretzman, Simon Pagenaud's race engineer. I'm helping out here. I work for Team Penske. I've been working with Simon for 10 years in sports cars and Indy cars. On your screen, on the left side, Simon Pagenaud, 2016 IndyCar champion, 2019 Indy 500 champion, international superstar of racing. So he's doing some practice here at COTA. We're doing a practice race at COTA, the Circuit of Americas in Austin, Texas today. Should be fun. I'm excited to see how we do. Another fun day. I'll be trying to answer questions.
Don't hear anything either, bro.
And I'll try to be answering questions and things as the session's going. So we got a 20-minute practice session today, 2 laps of qualifying, and then a 21-lap race it is today again with a mandatory caution. Yeah, so Simon just getting his little bit of work in. He was up late last night till past midnight last night doing some practice for COTA, getting ready, and we'll see how we do today. I think he's found some pace. Obviously, yesterday we ran into some problems with a couple of incidents that weren't really our fault, but that's okay. It's all in the recovery.
There's a lot of anger, guys. A lot of anger.
Recovery.
I just crashed.
Simon's talking to the other drivers right now. Since you're crashing, Simon, say hi to everybody.
Hi everyone! I was chatting with the other drivers, and what's the best we were saying there's someone that got his mic open, so Joseph's going nuts about it. And Tony said yesterday you guys talked my entire qualifying lap. And then obviously I talked and said there's a lot of anger, and then I crashed. So, how you guys doing? New day. I've been training since 1:30 in the morning. Until 1:30 in the morning. Still not fast enough. But I'm trying. Hey, you know what? Can't blame me for trying. So, work pays off. It will pay off. How are you doing, Ben?
We're doing great. We're just a little intro on how you've been working, trying to put the time in. Obviously, the current points leader right now, so it's all about maximizing points this weekend.
Actually testing at the same time as Scott, the Australian guy. McLaughlin.
Yeah, exactly.
Only us two on the server last night. That's a good-looking car.
It is. I like it. It's good looking snap-on car. Got the DXC and the Menards on the front wing also, so looking fantastic. Alexander, is the snap-on car going to run in real life? I'm not sure, honestly. I don't know. That's a very good question. It's not. Unfortunately, I'm not in that department, so I don't really know. Hey Ray. Hey Damien. Good to see you.
Keep me posted on the time, Benny.
Yeah, it's 1 o'clock right now.
I see some people disconnecting.
Yeah, it's 1 o'clock, so the other session should be starting.
I gotta practice pit entry.
Yeah, it's 1 o'clock right now, so I'm sure the other session's starting. All right, so we're gonna
coming to a stop.
We're gonna transition to the other server.
This is exhausting.
But are you having fun? Because that's the whole point.
All right. Get into the other session.
But are you having fun, Simon? That's the whole point.
It's a lot more fun when you're fast.
I understand that.
And I'm not as fast as I want to be. But, it's part of the game. It's a funny track because same setup for everybody, no question. You can change brake calibration, throttle calibration, steering calibration. There's a lot in that. and I don't know if my setups are good or not, but the cameras, and there's a bit of delay, so it's really hard to see if they're braking later or sooner. It gets confusing. It's a track where obviously some lap time in the. It's easy to focus on the slow stuff, but there's actually a lot of lap time in the fast chicane. Succession of corners between turn 5 till turn 9. There's a ton of lap time there.
That's very, like I said, a very technical track we're talking about yesterday. You've got very high speed, high commitment, platformy corners, but you've got a
Yeah.
lot of first gear traction acceleration corners. It's a very tricky track in real life to set up for and to drive to try to figure out what's the most important part.
Yeah, it's we always go through this, Ben. You need a car that you can make a car that's good for the high speed, but it's not good for the slow speed. Because for the high speed, you need a lot of rotation. But then you don't have good traction when you do that, so then you're slow in the slow speed corners. You got to find that right balance, and then you go focus on the slow speed corners, then you have too much understeer in the high speed corners. So that's why it's a very, very interesting racetrack, but very difficult because there's also it's the way the track is positioned or located. There's a lot of wind. It can be a lot of wind, and our cars are very sensitive to wind. So one day, if you have a headwind into the chicane, it feels great. You come back the next day, it's a tailwind in the chicane, and the car is all over the place because you don't have that downforce on the front as much. It's actually corners. So then it requires a very different setup, which again means that you have to find a compromise of a car that's going to be good in every conditions. It's a very tough track, and then you have to be spot on your driving. And I must say, it's difficult to get. You actually ask for a compromise of a car, so requires. That's why I said when we finished Motegi, I said there's going to be a lot of work this week. There's 20 corners, 20 different corners, so that's what's tough right now.
Copy that. Copy that. I understand that.
All right, I'm in the session.
Got a question from Justin Ford. Who's picking?
Shall I go to quali sets now? Probably, huh?
Yeah, it'd start working. It's only 20 minutes, so I'd just start doing qualifying runs here. Who's picking the hold music? That's me, actually. I'm doing the hold music. I'm actually using a Pretzel. In case anyone wondered, it's Pretzel's an app that you can download that's got copyright-free music that's
should probably eat.
A lot of good artists are on it. So Pretzel.
All right, here we go.
Hip hop is what the current playlist is. $10-4. I'm just logging in right now. So like Simon was saying, he's been working his tail off, trying to get quicker here. He's getting close. He's getting close. He found a lot of lap time last night, staying up late, running some endurance type time, time of days when he was practicing. So, yeah, he's been working. We'll see. Obviously, I don't think we have Lando's pace. He's been extremely quick. Same with Sage here. But I think the key is just like every weekend that you go into, you're going to have strong weekends and not as strong weekends, just like anything else. Just like in football where you've got a good matchup versus a bad matchup, or basketball where you got a good matchup versus a bad matchup with the team that you have. This weekend's all about getting the most out of the points we can, get as many points as we can in these situations. When you're fast and you know you're fast, those are actually easier weekends from the standpoint of you're just racing for the win. You're just going forward. You're just trying to win the race. Whereas here it's a little bit different situation. You're trying to get the most out of what you got. Hopefully my paints come back here because they were just working great. Let's see how that's looking. Besides that, yeah, we'll do some COTA running here. Excited. We love going to COTA. It's one of our favorite events. It's a beautiful racetrack, beautiful facility, amazing city. Big fan of COTA. I got my Franklin's barbecue hat on. Big fan of Franklin's barbecue. Wonderful place. All right. Well, you can see, as you can see here, there's I got 20 minutes of practice. That's a short practice, 2 laps in qualifying, and a 21 lap race like yesterday. The real race tomorrow at 2:30 is going to be a longer race. This is just a practice race to make sure what we're doing here is making sure all of our stuff works. Actually, NBC, who's broadcasting the race, is making sure that all of their equipment's working like they want it to. Also, a little dress rehearsal. We call this race on Fridays at 1 o'clock. So everybody's just checking their settings, making sure everything's happy. Kevin, no, we don't have a Twitch account yet. Just been doing our YouTube and Facebook accounts for now. All right, turn on Simon's in-car here. Like I said, we got about 12 minutes to go in this practice session. Simon's working on qualifying pace right now. Niles, good to see you, Niles. It's not exact. In other simulators that we run in the high-end simulators that we run with Chevrolet, we have that all exact, so he's using the exact same muscles as we do in real life. Unfortunately, his seat angle doesn't have the same angle of his arm as he does in the real car, just because of how his seat and his legs are. But it's still good exercise, still good training for him. Mark, is the same track design as the F1? Yeah, it's same layout as Formula 1 cars run. Obviously, those cars are quite a bit quicker, more power, a lot more power, more downforce, a lot more downforce. So they just lap quicker than we do. But our program, what an IndyCar is, right, is it's a bit more of a monster, right? Not as much downforce, still a lot of power. You got to and no power steering. You got to manhandle these cars around the track. They're not easy. So that's what IndyCar does. That's kind of our MO is very aggressive. It takes a lot. You can see Simon in the high-speed stuff. You'll see lots of corrections, lots of things that happen, and it's all about manhandling these cars. Not bad there. Not bad. 44.3. That would have put you good in the last session. Yeah, not bad.
Oh my god.
At 44.3 in the last session would have done pretty good. Are you used up?
Have gone. Too much of iRacing. I am used up.
Copy. Well, you're doing great.
I'm living on the simulator, guys. There is no outside world. This is 3-screen, a steering wheel and me. I haven't seen Haley in days. They think might be gone or something.
Copy that. If you want to back off of that's Piggott ahead, you've got 12 seconds behind.
Gotta save some tires.
Copy. Sage in at a 43.6.
Ah! Crucify me, Ben!
Still got 8 seconds behind. Still got 8 seconds if you want it.
I need another month.
You're gonna be just fine.
You know what I'm lacking the most is here's what's going on. like I'm lacking a feel for the tire. Like I don't, especially here for some reason, I really struggle with knowing when to brake, how much to use the tires when I turn. Like the combine, you know, when you turn in brake, like sometimes I lock up the front tires, sometimes I don't, and I don't know why. Meaning that I haven't understood why.
Copy.
But, you know, gotta work on it, that's all.
Alright, next car behind's 8 seconds, Graham. 7 seconds, Graham. 6 seconds. 5 seconds. All clear. Nate, what do I use? I use a program called, I can remember actually. What did I download here? It's a browser app essentially that I use to display all those things.
See that kind of situation in the race, Ben?
Yep,
It's
copy.
a crash with weekends yesterday in the session.
Yeah, it's not JRT. It's actually called iRacing browser apps. Might just do a search for that. There's a it's pretty low intensity on the computer, which is good. With all the browsing and iRacing and stuff going on my computer, I'm pretty much peaked out here. So this was a good low CPU usage app to run. Basically runs.
Who's ahead of me, Benny?
That's Renus ahead, Lando behind. You're P4 still. Lando did a 44.2, power 44.0. Got 3 seconds behind if you want it, but it's not much. 3 seconds. Yeah, Nate, the JRT it's a really impressive piece of kit there they have to help enhance your iRacing experience. It is pretty PC intensive though, so I couldn't really run it the same time as doing all the streaming and all the other stuff we do. So Simon's doing some laps here.
Man, I wish it was this setup for the race. Quality setup for the race would be nice.
Copy. Uh-oh. I might have to do a relog in here to iRacing. We're back. We're back. We're back. We're not back. We're almost back. Jumping in and out of fun here. Okay. This is getting exciting. There's lots of people coming and going from the stream right now, or from the server right now, so iRacing's not being very happy. Alright, buddy, you got 4 minutes to go.
At least I can replicate.
If you want to do one more, you got just enough time. Yeah, I think you're not far off, bud. I mean, Renus is pretty quick at this. We've seen he's at 44.3. Power is 44.0 right now. All right, that's a good gap right there behind Graham. Well, he just, yeah, there you go.
I think I disturbed Graham there.
Yeah. You got Rossi 4.5 behind.
Bad buddy. Graham.
3.5 behind to Rossi. 3 behind to Rossi. 2 behind.
I have decided to work without split time, Benny, like the old days.
I like it. 1 second
Remember
to
when we
Rossi.
used to put that tape on my steering wheel?
1 second to Rossi. There you go. Good job. There you got Chilton 6 seconds back. I hear you. Good. Don't focus on the split
Yeah,
times.
it's just...
So
you know, one thing that's for sure, focusing on results will not get you on a result. Think about that.
I got answer some more questions here real quick from YouTube. Brian asked, "Am I from Wisconsin?" I am not from Wisconsin. I'm actually from Florida, but my parents and most of my family's from Wisconsin. So I'm you got Chilton.
Chilton.
After Chilton is Sage, 4.5, 2.5, 1.5. After Sage, big gap, big gap. 10-second gap to Piggott. 8-second gap, 7-second gap to Piggott. 5-second gap to Piggott.
Good chances I won't follow Sage, so I can go.
Coffee. Yeah, that's a good gap right there. My whole family's from Wisconsin, so a big supporter of the Brewers. Because actually, when I grew up in Florida, there wasn't even a baseball team in Florida, so that would be, we'd spend our summers up in Wisconsin. So I was a big Brewers fan. Kurt asked, new to iRacing. Any tips on the setup? Oh, I don't. A little bit. I only know so much about iRacing setups in particular. Because they are quite a bit different than the real car setups. The biggest thing I would say with an IndyCar though is focus on rear performance. So I mean by that, the rear axle, making sure it's as strong and can handle as much as it possibly can. That's basically what we do in a real car too. Like, just make sure you've got a lot of traction, make sure you've got a lot of consistency in the back of the car, and then slowly start to integrate front grip into it. Rear consistency is everything to just make sure you're consistent, can hit your marks every lap. There's so much lap time and not making mistakes. And beyond that, trying to find speed creeping up on how much front grip you gain by still maintaining the rear. Arthur asked, are we going to basically have any bad iRacing habits when we're getting back in the real car? It's possible. It's a thing that can happen. We got to make sure that the drivers, refocus themselves. I think they'll get used to it pretty quickly. Obviously, in the off season, when we have long spans of not being in the car, and they'll be, whether it's on iRacing or big manufacturer simulators or whatever, we just got to make sure that they get back, and they usually figure it out pretty quickly. We just got to make sure that there's no super bad habits there. No problem, Emmanuel.
That was a pretty good lap for turn 1.
That's your buddy Graham.
That was my pleasure, Graham. I just saw you and thought I would spear you.
Yeah, that was your buddy Graham.
Well, it's really the only time we can do it for fun.
Entangle asked,
I don't know if you like that. I thought he would.
That was
That's
funny.
kind of what we joke about all the time.
I thought it was amusing. You were trying to start your second qualifying lap, and he really hosed you. You couldn't get to apex.
I wouldn't have finished it anyways. There's not enough time.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay.
Sandra, no, I don't unfortunately speak any French.
What was the session like?
Je m'appelle Ben. Je suis engineer. That's all I got.
Not too bad.
It's not much.
Where is Lando? Is he not here?
Oh, he's here. He's here.
He's just lurking.
Yeah, he's just taking his time.
337. Oh, it's not bad then.
No, I think your time was good, dude. If you find honestly like 2 or 3 tenths, you're going to be right in the ball game.
Well, why didn't you tell me I was competitive?
I did like 3 times. I kept
Man,
saying
I'm
we're
just-
close.
The thing is I looked at data last night and I started, like, where is the lap time? I dreamt about it. I woke up this morning. Norman didn't feel good. He woke us up, and I was dreaming about applying the foot on the brake. I was motion. Talking about going crazy. Okay, I'm gonna go.
Yep, sounds
I don't
perfect.
want to wait, like we said last week.
Well,
See if it does something.
It depends on if the track temp goes up at all or not. I mean, that's the only thing that could possibly change is just the track temperature. The grip, pure grip shouldn't change, other than track temp may go up or down. I don't know what direction it's going to go though. The spectre will go up since it's an midday session.
Who's Chaz Mostert? Who's that?
I didn't look actually. I could take a look.
Do I ask everybody? Who's Chaz? Is he a driver?
I think sit tight. I think he is.
Oh yeah, I think he's a V8 guy, isn't he? A V8
Yeah, he's the
supercar guy.
Andretti Autosport V8 driver.
Biggest question, Ben. Did you manage to get? Oh, I need to start my stream on OBS. Nobody asked me, so.
Yeah, I think they're testing after this, so no worries.
Okay. Well, I'm gonna go.
I think it's
27 minutes.
I think it's time to go. Yeah, he's the Andretti Autosport V8 driver. Is who Chaz is.
Copy.
All right, bud. 2 laps here. All yours. All right, guys. He's gonna go qualify. Let's see how he does. I'm excited. Let's see. He's been trying. Hasn't been easy here for him, but let's see how he does here. Yeah, COTA's like we talked about earlier. COTA's a difficult track to set up for with our cars. It's there's so many high commitment areas.
Look, the laps I'm doing, I'm gonna get pretty good at the driving thing.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, you're already pretty good at the driving thing, but I'm not sure you can get much better at the driving thing, but you're doing pretty good at it. So yeah, it's difficult. You got these huge braking zones like down here for turn 1. Oh, sorry, turn 12. 13, 14, 15, basically back between first and second gear. Need massive traction here. In real life, this is a big tire degradation track through here. You lose a lot of traction. In Indy cars, we do a lot of wheel spin up through this section. But you've got 16, 17, 18, long duration, high speed entries to 2, 3, 4, 5. All that stuff's very high speed, high platform. You need a lot of platform support there. So trying to marry those two things together is super difficult. All right, let's see what he got here. Entangled. Yeah, I'm trying to know more about frame rate and processor speed. I'm working with not the newest of equipment, so trying to make sure all this stuff works has been entertaining to say the least. But we're getting there. I think I'm almost to the point where I'm mostly happy with the stream. You can see lap times are starting to go up now for people. 43.9 for Sage. That's not bad. We've seen faster than that. I'll be interested to see where Lando ends up here. Power in the previous practice session did a 45 or 43.5, so he was super quick, but did a 44.0 on his first time there. Let's see what Simon gets to here. Got a while to go. Obviously, covers a very long racetrack here. So far, he's been pretty clean. Got a little bit of rear locking down into turn 1. Had to kind of correct and miss the apex a little bit in turn 1. for the most part, it's been a fairly clean lap. Mike, have I ever done driving? Yeah, I actually grew up driving karts, locally, regionally, and kind of nationally for 4 or 5 years. I grew up in the generation of like Hunter Ray and Sam Hornish Jr., Danica Patrick, that kind of age group of drivers. I essentially ran out of time, talent, and money though, and so we ended up going to university and attacking racing from the university side, and having just as much fun. Alright, quick time is 43.9 right now. 43.9 is quick time. You're P3. Good lap there for Simon. He was able to replicate that practice lap. Actually, really, for where we were yesterday and Wednesday, it's a very good lap for Simon there. That was very positive. Currently P3, which is good. That means we'll be in the top third of the field no matter what. Jay asked, are we both located in Indianapolis? No, actually, Team Penske's, we're based out of North Carolina. Mooresville.
Do you know if I'm ahead or not, Ben? If I'm not, I'm going to practice pitting.
I don't know. I can't see.
Okay. Just finish the lap then.
We're actually, Team Penske's based out of Mooresville, North Carolina, which is by just north of Charlotte, North Carolina. So
yeah, it's not a good lap.
Yeah, copy. You're still P3 right now. So we're both in the Charlotte area of North Carolina. Wonderful Charlotte. Yes, Sam.
I'll practice pitting, Ben. I know I'm not fast there.
Copy, go for it.
Okay.
Nice job. Still P3 right now, bud. Nice lap there. Nice lap. Sage, Power, you, Erickson. You're only half second off Sage and 4/10 off.
Yeah, I didn't do a good turn one. I don't know if you noticed. Yeah. I made a bit mistake there. So I think we got pace now. It's good.
Yeah, looked like you had a little bit of rear locking. Just kind of slightly missed apex in one. Besides that, the rest of the lap was clean.
Yeah. Hang on. I better get some water. I'll be right back.
Copy. I'll keep everyone entertained.
Thank you.
So that's not bad. We're P3 in qualifying. I didn't see that coming, but that's good. Our pace has really improved. I mean, if you look at the top 10 there, we're right there, and Sage and Will obviously are. We'll call those ironic since it's Power, but Power iRacing users. So that was a good qualifying run for Simon. A good lap. He really put it together there. Super excited. Yeah, so we'll see how this works out. So again, it's a 21 lap race. They're going to do a mandatory yellow on lap 12. Hey Simon, it's still at lap 12 is when the yellow is going to be, I believe.
Yeah.
Okay, copy.
That's what they said.
Yep, 10-4.
Good look. I have the best wife. She made me my pasta again.
Better eat it quick, but perfect.
She's the best. Ah, I'm starving.
Like we discussed many times. All right, you got a minute 56 until you got to be in the car.
Oh. Okay, well, no time to eat.
I blame you for waiting and qualifying.
For what?
Because you waited and qualified.
Alright, I messed up the schedule.
You messed up the eating schedule.
Yeah, I did. That's how much time this takes me, man. Not even time to eat.
But the good news is we're starting row 2 inside, so that's good.
Best starting position. Hang on. Greg's talking. Caution. Lap 12. Let's watch the off track. Yeah, so some people did not turn lap because they go off too much. Probably what happened to Lando. Okay, I'm ready. Good news, I don't have to change the steering pinion anymore, Benny.
That's a positive. Now you got 55 seconds till you have to be in the car.
I'm in the car. Look.
10-4.
Uh, 44.
That's a good comment. I need to start eating here.
Well, that's not too bad.
No, I'm telling you, it was a very clean lap. You kept it on course. Starting second row.
I wouldn't say it was clean. That's turn one thing.
Yeah.
This ironed.
But the big thing was we didn't have any off-track excursions, right, which cost you the lap. So that was good. Very good.
Okay, people are burning fuel next to me, just so you know.
Yeah, copy. All right. Again, we're going to be pitting before this yellow, so it'll probably be either lap 9, 10, or 11. Betsy, I wish we were there. We'd love to be at COTA right now.
This is almost becoming more intense than a race weekend.
Coffee.
You don't get to drive as much on a race weekend. Here we go. Set my brake balance. Woo! Okay.
Alright, well, here we go.
Is Lando in the race or not? Is he doing like a going through the pack kind of thing to see what it's like in traffic?
He should be. I show him on the entry list, but he didn't do a lap in qualifying, so he might have gone off track.
Yeah. Okie dokie. Who's behind? Hello?
Yep, so you've got Ericsson next to you. You've got Pagenaud and Award. So Pato and Alex behind you.
And Ericsson's pretty good at this thing. You know? He's been up front all every races.
Yep, he has. Andrew, well, I've got the car audio on. I just don't want to do the driver audio. We're just trying to keep our stream a little, make sure it's 100% clean, to say the least. All right, I gotta switch cameras here for him.
That's a typical power move there.
Alright, so we're green flag here. That's Sage power up front, Pagenaud behind. Nice job, bud. That's power ahead, Pagenaud behind.
Ooh, deep, deep, deep. Way too deep.
Alright, he's tucked in. Nice job, bud. Nice job.
Oh, I forgot you can actually cut the track here now.
Copy. Okay, we're off and running P3. We got Pagenaud behind. So far, so good. Yeah, nice job. Still Pagenaud behind. Power ahead. So far, Simon's getting into a good rhythm here. Still running P3. Nice job. You and Pagenaud are getting away from Pato, so you two are driving away from Pato right now. So we're cruising along here.
Man, too deep. Typical Page.
A little deep there on the brake pedal.
Oh yeah, that was good there. Good job, man.
Simon's pumping himself up. I don't even need to do it today. Nice job. Got a 1.5 seconds to Pagenaud now. Nice job. Yep, great job. 1.9 ahead, 1.2 behind.
It's my foot! My foot's getting sore.
Ralph, are you talking about the track map view? Alright, so we're still cruising here. The 2 leaders are pulling out a little bit on us here. Their pace is pretty strong. Hey Simon, just for reference, both Sage and Will are going with what's iRacing considered off track in turn 19.
Copy.
Do you want the in-car view? I can give it to you here in a little bit, Ralph. I'm just making sure that he's clear, doing a little spotting right now. Once we get clear of actually Pagenaud had that issue down in 20 there, so it's Pato is behind now.
Yes! Good job.
Nice job, bud. Pagenaud crashed back in turn 20. Pato's the next car behind, 1.6 behind.
Copy.
You're doing great. We're kind of in our own world here right now. I'll go cockpit here for a little bit, guys, here. Just so you can see what he sees. Nice job, bud. We're going to pit in about 5 or 6 laps here. Lando's taking, I don't know if you guys see that, Lando made it up to P6. He's taking the early window here. So he's pitting right now. He's going to get some clear track and then try to pump out some lap times. We talked about pit windows yesterday. Just for reference, Lando's up to P6. He just made his pit stop. He's on the early window, so he's going to have used tires at the end of the race.
He's quick!
Nice job, bud. You and Pagenaud have kind of pulled away from the pack. So you got Sage and Will, then you and Pagenaud.
Okay.
Nice job. We're going to stop in 4 or 5 laps here. 4 or 5.
Copy.
Tim Doyle, good to see you. Lots of practice. Simon was up till 1:30 last night practicing, so his pace is a lot better today. Braden, any engineering or any advice for an engineering student? Be willing to do anything. If someone never stop working, basically, when you're early in your career. If you're doing something on your computer and then you're done with it, and there's still time in the day, go out and clean something. Don't be afraid to get your hands dirty, and don't be afraid to just do as much as you possibly can, because you'll be learning the entire time, not only about engineering and engineering principles, but about cars and doing what's it take to be on a team and understand teamwork. Always be learning, not just about engineering, but about how the entire principle and process works. I'm with you, Tim. I saw that. Yeah, he when we came by again, he was still in the pits. So he must have had a big one. All right, update on Lando. He's in the pits again. Must have had an issue.
Copy.
You're doing great. Doing great here.
Doing everything I got, buddy.
Braden, best way to reach out, obviously you can try things like this, try LinkedIn, things like that. Another good way is try to get to a racetrack and meet people, hang around till everybody's leaving, try to meet people, talk to people, get people's business cards, get information, tell them you're willing to work for free. I did that for 2 years. I worked for free. It's not easy. It's not an easy life, you know. But to get into it, once you're into it, it makes it fun. It's fulfilling. But
Somebody crashed.
No, you're all clear. All clear. It's you and Pagenaud still. Not to say that working for free is the only way to get in, but that's how my brother and I both did it. We sweep floors and do whatever we could, even though we were engineering students, whatever it took to get in and do that. Sandra, it's true, we do need spies on all this stuff. All right, 14 laps to go. You're working lap 9 right now. I'm going to pit another lap or 2. All right, so I'm going to try to figure out what lap we want to pit here. We're kind of out in no man's land. The leaders are kind of breaking away from us here. I've been watching the gap up where we're going to pit out to. So when we go into the pits and come out, are we going to come out in traffic or by ourselves? I think we're going to be by ourselves, it looks like. So I'm just trying to make sure I'm managing our tire degradation right now versus how long do we want to run on the tires on the back side here. But we do want to pit before the yellow comes out. That's going to be the key. Doing awesome here, bud. You pulled a little bit of a gap on Pagenaud. 2 seconds back to Pagenaud. We're either going to pit this lap or next lap. I'll let you know.
Okay. Tires are good, just so you know.
What you just said there is good information we use a lot during real racing. If the tire fall off's not bad and our lap times are still good, we'll keep pressing as long as we can here. Just to try to make the end of the race better. But if he starts saying that, hey, I'm starting to get too much rear wheel slip or the front's really sliding now, we'll wait for another, we'll probably short pit him to try to make sure we don't lose too much lap time and try to stay ahead of the curve on tire degradation.
Who's behind me, Ben?
Pagenaud, still Pagenaud.
Why did TK just talk about Pato fasting him?
I don't know, honestly. I don't see TK anywhere. So Power's in the pits. Sage stayed out. We're going to pit this lap.
Don't talk to me in the corners, please, Benny.
Copy.
It's requiring all my concentration. You need a big in-lap or not?
Yeah, no, just do your standard thing here. Do your standard thing.
Woo!
Nice job. Gap behind's 1.2. We're pitting this lap.
Copy.
We'll pull him in the pits here.
Leaders hitting now.
Good lane.
Nice job. You're doing.
Pagenaud going further?
They're in second.
Yeah, he stayed out on the track.
I gotta work. My pit entry wasn't very good.
Alright, I'll spot you out here. Got Renus coming. He's over your shoulder right now.
Hold that.
Renus, you're ahead of him. You're ahead of him. Just watch the over under here. All clear. All clear. Good job, bud. That's the group we need. That's the guys I was watching right there. In case you wondered, I kept looking at that relative, and I kept looking at Renus was about 30 seconds behind us. So I needed to make sure that we beat that group out, so Simon would have all this clear track. We didn't want to be stuck behind Renus there. So that was a huge. Everything worked out great there. Tim, good question. What would we like to see? For me personally, something that's a little bit more realistic, dynamic-wise, from how how we work in the real world. Because aero mapping and a lot of the engine mapping and stuff isn't exactly the same as it is and has in real world. Now, that's not bad for the environment that iRacing is, right? Because we want something that's controllable for all the fans, and everybody can drive this IndyCar and it responds accordingly. All right, nice job. Pagenaud's just trying to get us on the over here. So Pagenaud went a lap longer than us. We'll see if we get him at the end of pit lane here or not. All right, you're gonna catch Pagenaud here at the end of pit lane. That's him.
Next car is the leader.
Ah.
So we got a bunch of lapped cars in front of us here. The Pagenaud got us with the over there, staying out one lap longer. See if we can get him on cold tires here or not. As I said, that's a bunch of lapped cars in front. Kaiser, Harvey, Hinchcliffe, and Bourdais all laps down in front of Pagenaud.
Do you have my push to pass count?
No, negative.
Oh. And Pagenaud drives weird.
Yellow flag is out. Line up single file. Pit road's closed. Don't come in.
All right, that's the full course caution. The leaders, I think, in turn.
Drives a bit like Dixon. Interesting.
Five,
I don't understand how they got us, because is it just clean air?
Yeah, it must have been just clean air. His in-lap must have been quick too.
They're gonna open for everybody on the next lap.
Copy.
I think they short field or something.
Yeah, I mean we short filled too. So I think just that extra lap. The tires weren't degrading much, like you said. So I think the lack of tire degradation worked. I had some more questions here.
That's a good strategy from Pato there. Interesting how he got us.
Yeah, but like I said, without the tire
But
deck.
I used push to pass twice on the outlap.
Yeah, copy.
You know.
Yeah, without the tire deg, it just without much tire deg, the staying out one lap longer was just gonna work.
With not that much tire deg, you mean?
Yeah, exactly.
He stayed out.
Yep, without much tire deg, it just works out better to stay out. So
Okay.
I was just nervous.
That's
of
incredible.
I was nervous of the
That
yellow
much. Yeah.
because at that time both the leaders had pitted, and so we were essentially the leader. We pitted with Sage, so I was worried when they were going to throw the yellow.
Yeah. Yeah, but it's practice time. Learning stuff.
Yeah,
Pitch road's open for the entire field.
we'll stay out.
You hear it. You hear it anyway, right? Don't you?
No, I'm not hearing him right now.
Okay.
Good point, Tim. Let me see if I can look on the cockpit here. It looks like you have 6 push to passes left. 6.
6? I would have only used 4?
That's what it says here.
I thought I used like 5 or 6.
Push to pass 6 on your steering wheel.
Or did I push 6 times?
I think it means you have 6 left.
Do you know if it's 10 or 12 to start?
10.
Okay. I only used 4. Some of my buttons are starting to not work anymore. Much use. So one thing that's interesting, my pit speed limiter button is automatic in practice qualifying out of the pit lane,
Okay.
but not in a race. I just learned that today, so I lost another second there.
Copy. 10-4.
Oh, Renis. Tell him, hey, try not to hit me this time or not? What do you think?
You probably don't need to yet.
Yeah, you're right. If you pit, wait until the entire field passes before you can get back in the track. Okay? Just if it were to be in that position.
Yeah, I think we had that at
Okay.
where was that, Motegi?
Joseph is back up there.
I think we had that trouble at Motegi. Is that right? In one of the practice races? Yeah.
Just to confirm from Joseph, are the lampers getting moved? Lampers are not being moved.
Pit road is now open.
Copy.
It's to avoid too long of a yellow for the audience.
Yeah, it's too long of a track to do it on, you know? They'd have to drive all the way
Yeah.
around, and that's difficult.
Yeah. I'm exhausted. Yeah, we're gonna have to really discuss one to green. I've got to be super focused. So yeah, least amount of chat this weekend is gonna be best.
Yeah, I was just, at that time, I was trying to explain the TK thing.
Yeah.
So kind of got in the
Yeah.
way of it all. Okay, so on this restart, you got Sage, Will, Pato, you, Renus, Ferrucci, Joseph, Broseph.
Spencer.
Yep, Spencer and then Broseph.
Okay. Joseph is back. What's his pace in the race? Is he any good?
I'll take a look, hold on.
Jet stop 5, stop.
And Santino.
Broseff's been, he took the early pit window. So he pitted on lap 6. And then he's been doing like mid 46s, low 47s.
Okay. And Santino, man, he has an opinion for everything. Hey, Can't blame him for having an opinion.
That's true.
Santino.
Jetta 5, stop.
How many laps to go?
When you restart, there'll be 7 to go. 7.
7. Copy.
All right, bud, you're gonna be good on fuel.
So good on fuel, meaning I can waste some?
If you want to.
You can only pass on the outside at start finish.
Correct.
Even on a road.
Yeah, correct. That's true, right, Tim? Pretty sure. Even on road courses, you have to pass on the outside, right, Mr. Doyle? Pretty sure that's true. The rules in iRacing.
So those two guys are a lap down.
Yes,
James.
Hinchcliffe and Kaiser
Whoever-
both a lap down.
Whoever that is in that green car.
Yep, Hinchcliffe and Kaiser both a lap down. Hinchcliffe is leading, then Kaiser, Pato directly in front, Renus directly behind. Behind Ferrucci, so you got Renus, Ferrucci is Sato. He's a lap down also.
Copy.
Correct on the restart passing, has to be on the outside, even on road courses. All right, here we go. Big restart. Be 7 to go. Should be fun. I'm gonna go back to spotting for Simon a little bit here. Make sure I've got the.
Getting ready, going green. Big carries in.
Nice restart there, bud. Nice restart. It's an exciting view here.
Thanks for making it easy, guys.
Car on the left. Clear. Car on the right. Clear.
Nice job. That's 4 position behind you. Venus. Unfortunately with those lap cars, that's allowed Pato to get away here a little bit. So we gotta see if we can get around Hinchcliffe here quickly, and then go from there. But it's classic IndyCar view here.
right side. Clear on the right.
Nice job, bud. Pato ahead. That was really big to get James there because it kept VK behind James through the S's here. Sandra Sage is one. Why does COTA have so much paint around the track? I think they do that.
I guarantee you, Pato, short field.
Yeah, I mean we all short filled though. Like we only put 5 gallons in.
Guarantee you put less.
He would have put 1 lap less in, so 1 gallon less.
Like he's saving fuel.
Alright, so P4. See if Simon can go get Pato here by the end of the race or not here. They're running about the same pace before, so it might be difficult to go get him, but unless we can get some lap time here, we'll see. Alright, Pato ran a 45.1 there.
Look at the lap time, dude.
That's good. That was good lap time for us, but Pato went faster, unfortunately. So we gotta keep improving here.
How many laps to go? 5?
Yeah, correct. Gap is 2 seconds behind. 2 seconds behind. Well, lock up there for Pato. Nice job. Yeah, Pato had a lock up there. Alright, cruising right along here. Just a few more laps. So you're going to have 3 to go here, Simon. 3.
Copy.
Simon's running some pretty clean laps here. We just got to keep putting these laps together. If we get top 5 out of this, 4th right now, be really good. Just off podium there. I think in the real race we would have been more aggressive with that yellow, but you're doing great here. 1.5 behind. I just wanted to see when he was going to throw that yellow, in particular with what the leaders were doing there. Just trying to learn how what the race director is going to do, how he's going to do it. Ralph, good to see. That's awesome. Welcome to the club. Yeah, I've been doing some iRacing driving myself for fun lately. Also, just kind of getting my racing fix. You know, it's awesome to see. I think you're gonna enjoy it. Nice job. Gap's 1.5 behind, 1.5. Quick lap by Pato there, 1:45.0. That last lap for Pato, that was quick for him. .7 behind. Nice job there, bud.
How much push you pass? Left?
Let me look. Four.
And 2 laps to go. 1 to go after this?
Let me check.
Two to go, he says. Right?
Yep, 2 to go. 2 to go. 2 seconds behind Ferrucci. 2 to go.
That's Ferrucci.
Ferrucci's P5, 2 seconds behind. Trying to only talk to him on the straightaways there so I don't get in trouble. Thanks, Michael. We're trying. Just trying to help when I can. Explain things really is really the big deal. Is if I have a chance to explain something to you guys, I will. I will. That's the goal. Nice job. Gap behind's 2.5 seconds now. You're opening that gap up. P4. Lap and a half to go. A bad lap for Pato here. See if he can do another one.
White flag, 1 more lap to go.
Alright, bud, white flag, 2.8 behind, 2.8, so big gap behind.
Copy.
45.61, that was good for Simon. Good lap there, he's 4/10 quicker than Pato there.
Somebody spawn ahead. What's going on?
I don't see anything. It's Will, actually. Sorry, Will's here. That's Will ahead of you.
Any damage on his car?
Oh, look. Doesn't look like it. Doesn't look like it.
Copy.
right, coming to the checker.
Woo! That feels like a win.
Checker, P4. Got a nice top 5 out of there, bud. Nice job.
There's your checkered flag.
Nice job.
Great job, driver.
Yep, great job, driver, just like the spotter says. There you go. Oh, time for burnouts. You and Seb.
Making me all dizzy when I do donuts.
Coffee. Well, that's a good finish, bud. Nice job. Nice job. Nice finish there, driver. Top 5. We'll take that.
P4, right?
Yes, sir. P4.
I am sweating like you have no clue. Well, at least it paid off to work last night that late.
Yeah, found some lifetime. That was good. That was good. I think, like we saw, I think having a clean qualifying lap's a pretty big deal. And outside of a...
I lost you there. What did you say? You're gone.
I'm here. Sorry. I was just turning off push
there you
talk.
go.
Having a clean qualifying lap's a pretty big deal, I think. That was obviously good. Yeah, you put a solid banker lap in there. Started us up front, which was a pretty big deal. There were some crashes out back, so it was a good thing we were up front.
Where?
We didn't push the envelope too much on that yellow. Obviously, Will pitted super early. Then us and
Hang on. Sorry, you're good.
That's okay.
Sorry.
Then us and Sage pitted, and Pagenaud got us by going 1 lap longer there with low tire deg there. All in all, not bad though. Good run. I mean, those leaders were the leaders out front were like a 45.0 to 45.3.
Yeah, I can't do that. My best was 45.5.
But I think I think there's only 3 or 4 guys that can do that. So if we can just kind of manage our race, right, start somewhere towards the front and try to manage our lap times, we can get another top 5 like we just got, and it's a huge points day for us.
Yeah,
So
sure. Oh, look at Power's spin.
okay.
Fun to watch.
Let's see if I got any questions for you here from everybody. So another good following today. So
Was it?
oh yeah, everybody wants to see
That's
Mr.
great.
Pagenaud.
Right. I think actually this is you, Ben Bretzman. You're doing a great job.
I'm not doing much. I'm just having fun.
And everybody's loving it because of your insight. So, yeah, thanks for that, Benny, because it's pretty awesome.
Yeah, it's been good. So far, so good. It's interesting. We got some people. Somebody in here, Ralph, had actually went because of watching our stream and watching all this. He went and bought a iRacing membership and wheels and pedals, and
Cool.
just wants to learn what it's like. So it's kind of
Will on his own just hit a curb.
oh
No damage. That's incredible.
yeah. Oh, Ralph's wearing his old Aussie Vineyard shirt, so a little throwback there to Mr. Pagenaud.
That's cool. That's cool. Yeah. Good times with Power. Hang on, they're talking.
No worries.
Let me mute them. Just don't talk. Let me mute them. Up. Good. I am all yours. Well, let me tell you, that was that asked a lot of me right there. A lot of me, because think about this. Like yesterday, I started training at 1 in the afternoon, and I finished at 1:30 in the morning. So maybe I did too much.
You can never do too much.
I think somebody's talking on TeamSpeak now. There's always someone talking on this, even when it's muted. Let's do this. Yeah. So maybe I overloaded last night, but I thought if I just do this and repeat and repeat, I just wanted to be able to repeat a lap, and be able to get within the lap time I'm supposed to be, and then. I believe that when you do that and you work at it, then you sleep on it, I always believe you get better the next day. So worked out. Yeah, I think we were closer. I expect Scott McLaughlin last night was pretty fast too. He's in between Will's pace and my pace. He's a little quicker than me. And quite he runs, but I worked today and tried to get there. So yeah, I think top 5 would be great. Definitely not easy to pass. And as you can see, I think pit strategy is going to be very big.
Yeah, no, for sure. That's going to be a interesting one. Everyone was amazed at how much concentration it took for you to get through this.
Sorry.
No, it's good. That's good to see.
It's not always easy.
No, it's good to see. Question: Who acts as race control for this? Greg West does, and some of the other iRacing people. But we have to give props to Greg because he has to deal with 30 plus drivers yelling at him all the time. So it's thanks for him for doing that. I think it's a pretty big deal to do.
Yes.
Yeah.
100%. Like I wouldn't want to be in his position. Drivers are a special breed of people with very strong opinion. People who think they're always right. And you know something about that.
Yeah.
And unfortunately, it's a little bit like politics. Always 50-50. Always one part of the group that's going to be yes, the other part's going to be no, like and white, and you can never really get to an agreement. So I know that for a fact with the Driver Association, it's quite something. But yeah. They're very patient at our racing, but it's also really good for them, and they've been a great partner for us for IndyCar. So it's great to be able to show our sport this way. So maybe we've been talking with Ben about this, but maybe there's something about this broadcast to carry over. We'll see.
Yeah. Do you think since you don't have all the senses in iRacing compared to the real car that are you concentrating even more than you would in a real car?
Yes, I can talk to you in a real car. It does disturb me a bit sometimes, but not as much as this. Like I can't even be within half a second of my lap time talking to you. One of the toughest things, like I was explaining before, going up to quali for me is finding the tire grip limit, especially on the braking. I'm having a lot of issues here with, you add fuel to the car, and you put new tires on, the braking distance change, and it's all visual. Problem is, even though I've got 3 huge screen, and I did that on purpose, I'm not totally immersed, and my depth perception is different than usual. So I really struggle with that. I struggle with lacking the feel of the grip, how the car bites. I always ask Ben for more side bite when I turn, and I want the car to just make a roll and bite to the track, a bit like carving on the surfboard. Here I don't have any of those sensations. So for me in the chicane, for example, it's very difficult to know exactly when to turn, how much to turn, and how much throttle to carry. So I don't have this feel. It's lacking. But you find out that there's other ways to trick your brain with obviously steering, effort, force feedback. I'm driving with socks for the first time. I used to drive with my shoes, and my shoes are retired for now. So I've changed the sensitivity of my pedals to try to have a bit more feedback. But it's funny, when I lock up, I managed to get the brake pedal to rumble. There's a little engine on it, on the brake, and when I lock up it rumbles, so it gives me some feedback. There's things like that, but honestly it's still a big adjustment, especially at a difficult track like this.
Yeah, copy that. Cool. Only a couple more questions here. Everybody's wondering if they're going to, we have a request to see if we're going to have the Menards car back. We'll see. We're happy to have Snap-on with us this week, actually. It's cool. We've never run a Snap-on car on the real track with Simon, so cool to have Snap-on on board. And we actually ran a Menards car the first 2 races at Watkins Glen and Barber. We'll see. We got obviously next week also, so you never know when Menards car is going to come back.
The cool thing about this is, Pretty fun to have too many sponsors, right?
It's true.
We obviously love the Yellowman out, but this is really cool with Snap-on. It was going to be my first time with them at COTA this year, so we've decided to carry a delivery for the virtual race, and it's very special for Snap-on because it's their 100-year anniversary this year. Think about that. Like it's an amazing company, and very proud to represent them. Obviously, not much we can do without tools in racing. So it's pretty cool, and they have some really cool products. Obviously, I talked about my pressure washer yesterday. What's your favorite tool, Ben, that you have in your toolbox?
Ooh. Well, their ratchets and their handheld ratchets are so nice. They've got these 80 tooth ratchets that feel like butter when you're using them. So Snap-on's amazing with pretty much all their tools they make. So we're just happy to represent that brand and that company. So
I've got this giant toolbox that I put in my garage, and it's red. I love red. But you can go green, you can go all sorts of different colors. I love that toolbox. It's probably the most organized thing I have in the house. Hey, do you know, Ben, where do I go to hide the number of the car? Is it in paint? I just saw on the replay we have two numbers on the rear wing.
Oh, yeah. If you go to options, graphics, you can hide numbers, I believe. I think that's one way to do it.
Hide car number, it is ticked.
What track would you want next week, Simon? Because I think it's a little bit of a option track. What track would you like?
Great question. I think a fun one, and a little because I like more and more old school stuff. I think I would want to do Nürburgring, the Nordschleife, the big one.
Yeah. Okay. That would take some training.
Yeah. That would take a lot of training. Suzuka? I've never been to Suzuka, but it's a beautiful track. I've driven it on simulator. Spa is one of my favorite of all time. I guess to have an advantage on the competition, Salt Lake City would be cool. And if not, obviously Indy would be great. It's the Speedway for an oval race. Texas could be fun too. But yeah,
This could all be really good.
pretty open.
Okay.
I always used to have preferred track, but I quickly realized that it's not about the track, it's about how the car feels.
Yeah.
And if the car behaves right for you on that day and you feel great, then any track is fun to drive.
Yeah, I understand that. No, for sure.
Houston, you remember Houston?
Oh yeah. Yeah.
Oh man, I love the track even though it was a parking lot. But we had it dialed in, the car was phenomenal.
Yeah, I think one thing, your driving style and your consistency on driving style and driving to that limit all the time makes tracks like Houston that are very bumpy and difficult circuits to drive. It makes them, we're usually a little bit better than everyone because we can consistently go hit a fast lap time without getting ourselves in too much trouble. So that's definitely a good thing. All right, one more question from YouTube here. If you could pick any track to race on outside of, not in the real World Series, I'm gonna edit this question. Any track to race on in any car. So, like you go back to like a '92 McLaren or something like that. Like.
So yeah, my dream would be to drive. Obviously, everybody wants to drive 1988 Ayrton Senna McLaren. I think I would want to drive the 1991. 1990, okay? McLaren. It's just the sound of that engine through the street of Monaco. I watched that onboard of Senna so often. There's another onboard that you can see on YouTube. It's in Jerez. And Senna puts the car on pole by a second while passing lap cars. And then you see the reaction of the other drivers, and they just laugh. they just gave up. It's just Senna was the best at qualifying. So that would be a dream for sure. Senna's car, and I've got a very strong connection to Senna. So I've worked with the Ayrton Senna Foundation since 2014, carrying a tribute livery to him at the Speedway. That was really cool. And now I just got as a gift, I received one of his, his first race suit win, the Lotus Renault. It was the black Lotus suit. So it's in the frame at home. I just got that as a gift from Stand 21, the race suit company. So that's really cool. You know, those are kind of things for me that Senna is very special.
No, that's
That
cool.
would be my dream car to drive.
That would-
And then I'd like to drive my 908 again in Le Mans someday.
That would be good.
Maybe
That was a good car. That's a good car. All right, on that, I think we're going to sign off. Thanks, everybody, for watching again. P4 in our practice race here. It's good signs for tomorrow. Simon's made some really good progress overnight and in this race today. So we'll see you guys tomorrow. Our stream will probably come on about 1:30, somewhere in there. And then the race starts at 2:30. So have the race on NBC on your TV and have us on your tablet or phone. And yeah, we'll see you guys tomorrow. Thanks, Menards, DXC, and Snap-on, and Team Penske.
Thank you guys. Thanks for the photo. We appreciate it and hope we're giving you some fun times.
Yes, we're always trying to have fun. That's the goal. But thanks, everybody.
Right.
We'll see you guys tomorrow.
Thank you guys.